All right. Hello. It's me. I'm back. Forget when the last time we streamed was. Probably OG San Shanghai was probably the last stream. It's been a bit. Thought a lot about like what I want to do with streams and stuff like that, but I haven't really came to any real conclusion at this point. So, but here I am. We're gonna do something that's a bit different this time around. I don't know if it'll be interesting or not. But let's sit here and go through this tonight. So hopefully it'll be something. Hey Alex, how's it going? Welcome, Alex. Um, usually when I do the podcasts, I have like 5 to 10 news stories I talk about. Right, sometimes less, sometimes it's more. And how I get those news stories is usually going through way too many articles and just digging around. And so like I look at like probably 200 plus things and just figure out what's worth looking at and what's not. And it's a process. And a lot of things get cut. So, hey, Babongo, how's it going? I'm glad you're doing good, Alex. This is this is not really gonna be a usual stream, Babongo. I don't know if you have watched our streams before. It's been a while since I've done streams. This is gonna be a very casual, thrown together stream of just me going through news. So that may or may not be exciting for a lot of people. So, um, but yeah. So what I've done already though is I've already gone through most of just like so I have like a feedly here that I just have the RSS feed for a bunch of websites, mostly Japanese websites, right? Got Go Nintendo in there. I think VG247, yeah, VG247's in there. And oh yeah, that's hers. I won't talk about that. But so not that many news sources, honestly, but I basically just go through and just like pick out a bunch of articles that most of the time, because these posts are in Japanese, I don't know what they're saying off top, right? Like what? It's a Princess Crown thing. I don't know what they're talking about with Princess Crown, but we're gonna click on that. And that's kind of how I end up just picking news stories. Just like, what is that Disgaea? I don't need to look at Disgaea. Um, and then we're gonna just go through these tabs. So I have way too many. We may not get through all of them tonight. Lunchbox. We may not get through all of them tonight. Which is fine. I don't like. I'm just doing this just to see how I feel about it and if it's fun or not. If it's not fun, then I just won't do this again. But I think it is an interesting process, and I learn about a lot of games that I never talk about anywhere else. So yeah, we don't need to go too deep in here because I already went over most of these news stories as of last night. So um, just kind of go through here and pick out some of the what is that? That kind of looks like a KFC bucket there or something. But just like whatever visually just catches my eye, just go through, grab it real quick. Sometimes I actually read stuff. I don't care about that. Oh, cool. Well, yes. I hope you sleep well tonight. I woke up way too late today, so I don't know when I'm gonna get to sleep, unfortunately. So we'll see. Oh, I guess I should put in my Discord that I'm streaming. I mean, I made a message earlier that I was streaming, but I did not actually link anything. So let me try to do that real quick. I don't know if this is gonna show up for you guys or not. Hopefully not. Maybe I should. Yeah, maybe I should put it on Twitter as well. Yeah, my channel. Oh, I'm on the wrong channel. Am I going to cause problems doing this? I don't think this. You know what? I'm just gonna search OCP Plus and just hope that everything's fine. We are live. There we go. Easy. Cool. I'm streaming some game. Streaming me looking at some mostly niche game news stuff. If you guys wanna join in. Blam. I'm not gonna bother with the Twitch link. And I'll put on everyone's favorite website, Blue Sky, as well, which is a website I don't go on as much as I should. Well, I should use Blue Sky more often, I guess that's all I'm saying. Oh, let me turn this off. How do I turn this off? There we go. Okay. Hey, Alvy, how's it going? The OCP Plus stream. That's a very like bot way to refer to me, Alfie. It's perfectly fine. It's okay. Oh, someone did a PSO3 documentary. Interesting. On Blue Sky. I'll maybe look at that later. Oh, I forgot the whole part of put it in Discord. Let me do that as well. Lamp. All right. All right. So yeah, this part's the boring part where I just look at thumbnails basically and just pick things that catch my eye. But like I said, we're only gonna go back till last night basically is what's gonna happen. So anything after that, I already have opened up for the most part. So I don't think I have any websites here that would display any adult content. So I think we're probably safe from that. But you never really know, so we'll see what happens. Also, bring your own music if you want to listen to music. I've never figured out the music stuff because I never know. Did I open this already? I'll open this. I don't know if we'll look at it. Ooh, there. Look at that Buddy Mission Bond thing. I forgot that I need to look at that as well. So, trapped in the tricky prison. I'm kind of curious what that is. Ask Fess. It's all I really do. I'm like curious. I'll click on that. That looks like absolutely nothing. Commands Origins, but I'll figure out what it is. Monopoly the Metal. Hopefully it's an NFT thing. Can't tell you how many NFT news stories I look at every week. Hey Joseph, I use Feedly and then I just use RSS feeds. So I'm just opening up some articles here real quick. We're almost done with the opening up of articles here though. But I have way more than what I just opened. Okay, I recognize this story. I already clicked on this one. All right. We just opened up most of the stuff we just opened. I'm just kind of curious. Some of this stuff we're gonna go through. We're gonna go through some of the stuff real fast. Yeah, no VTuber presence today, unfortunately. We're gonna some of the stuff. I mean, like there are so many tabs. We kind of have to go through it fast. So if it goes lightning fast, just as a heads up, that's kind of normal. If you have any comments though about any of these stories, I'd be happy to hear them. I'll try to share my thoughts, but it's probably gonna be just like, oh, that's interesting. Like I probably won't organize my thoughts that much, but basically with stuff like this, especially it's like, oh, Star Fox dev said something, and then I don't need any of this. Just go down here. Is also a good attempt, but that was too British and didn't have a Starblade side of it. Blah. Like basically it just seems like it's an article about, or an interview about like why Star Fox Adventure didn't do as well as other Star Fox games, and like I'm not actually that interested in that. So what's this Ridge Racer article? This is just like a retro piece celebrating 30th anniversary. Okay. Sometimes these articles, like these celebration articles, if the game is interesting enough, I will skim through them. Something like this that's Ridge Racer, I'm gonna take a guess is not gonna be that interesting, so I'm just gonna skip past that one. Hey Robotnik, how's it going? And I am doing good. Thank you. We are here. Looking at news. Unicorn Overlord. I don't know anything about Unicorn Overlord. Still. Like, I don't even know what the gameplay is. Let me throw this on. What is this about? Okay. Buy one, get one. Spirit of Service is alive and well in Unicorn Overlord. Is that like something that has... I mean, I know... what was it? Aegis? What is that game called? Whatever this thing is called. I forget what it's called. It's 13 Sentinels. Like, I know that had Princess Crown in it. Is that like a trend that has previously been something that has happened? Games, 20 years, 2000s. And this titles produced by companies, both masterpieces, blah, 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 blah. Visual benefit is definitely a game. Yes. You buy one game, you get another. Mail-in order program. Okay, interesting. I didn't know about that. Assuming I am, like, this is machine translation, so I don't 100% know, but it's an interesting idea of, like, mailing in for a free past game they made. Also includes a bonus. Okay, what is this bonus? So it looks like maybe you get Is this talking about including 13 Sentinels with it, or is this saying that 13 Sentinels did this with Prince's Crown? Okay, I'm not sure if this is saying that with Unicorn Overlord you'll get a copy of 13 Sentinels, or if it's just using that as an example. 13 Sentinels. Let me go back. Okay, feel that the company's latest work, which was announced the other day, also includes a vanillaware-like bonus game. There's a very good chance I could just look this up real quick. Unicorn Overlord bonus. We get DLC set that allows players to customize their army flags with Odin's Sphere and Dragon's Crown things. Okay, so that's definitely different than what I understand. Is this a recent article? September 14th. This was a while ago. Curious? Not curious enough to further research that. So, but it's interesting. I didn't know about the mail order stuff. I'd be curious to know like what in the past Vanillaware has done with mail order stuff. So that's kind of like the problem with like going to these Japanese websites is that usually I don't 100% know what's happening a lot of times. It's interesting to see, but like unless I really feel like I'm going to talk about it later, I kind of don't care to like look that much deeper. Is this UK only? Looking for that's cute. I like that. I wonder how big it is. Pre-order it through, well, I know it's the UK. Okay, so you have to buy it through the Nintendo UK store. That's a cute little lunchbox. I mean, it looks cheap. You just got a sticker on the top, but I appreciate that. Pre-order bonuses are always fun, especially when it's like a usable pre-order bonus like that. Although I don't like use lunchboxes in my daily life anymore. Yeah, I would be curious to see, like, because that article that we were looking at with the emblems was like a month ago. So I wonder if there is some new thing that's like, oh, you get this with it. But like, without digging into it, I'm not gonna worry about it. This is a Kemco game, gonna guess. Most of the time when I look at Kemco games, they look like Kemco games. So let me know if the audio is too loud for you guys. I'm gonna turn it down quite a bit just to be safe. It's probably gonna be lower, but pretty rare Kemco games really catch my attention, so, yeah. This looks about right. I've seen a Kemco game before. Okay. This is like an anime news stories, actually. Any broadcast, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it's a Precure thing? Precure for adults. It's like an aged up version? Okay. Grown up. Wonder what the, like, actual plot for this is. Are they still fighting and stuff, or are they just adults now? Looks like it's mostly they're just adults now. At least from that trailer. Sorry, and you're really gonna get driven crazy by the fact that I just click through most of these videos, and unless they catch my attention, I do not watch them, but I don't have time. That's a cute idea. I like that. I like it anytime anything ever ages anybody up. I appreciate seeing, like, as much as I give like future redeemed like trouble with what's it called? Xeno. Like I am glad they aged Rex and Shulk up. I think Rex was a missed opportunity, honestly. But Shulk I think they did a very good job with in there, so Miku stuff. All right, what is, okay, it's not a bucket, it's a cup. On my screen that I'm looking at, the white of the cup just disappears into the background. So, like, it kind of looks like it was a KFC bucket or something, but looks like it's just like maybe a, like, don't burn your hands thing. Yeah. All right. Oh, it's the Japanese My Nintendo store. I haven't checked the US My Nintendo store in a bit. I probably should at some point. Maybe we'll do that tonight. We'll see. It's weird because, like, Precure, I feel like has always been, like, popular with adults to some extent. I could be wrong, but this pad, yeah, it's pad. I don't think I see 16 pad characters. All right. Oh, and okay, other Final Fantasies as well, but 16 seems to be the focus here. That was last week the highest revenue mobile game, or the week before. I think we'll probably pull up the mobile revenue numbers while we're here. This show looks familiar. Goblin Slayer. I don't know anything about it, but I recall this dude with the armor on his head. I don't remember being interested in that though. What is this new story? Get a glimpse of your enemy's innermost thoughts. Peak ability, reveal their weakness and what's going through their head. That's cute. Okay. Easy enough. What is this page? Okay. Somehow I opened up. Oh, this is just the main 4Gamer website. All right. I don't know what that was, but on figure for is a Pokemon Bandai Gundam. Gundam. She kind of looks like a Pokemon character to me. Oh, it's a Curate game. Wait, is this number 2 already? Heishin just, like, literally just came out, didn't it? Oh, man. Curate's a company. Livestream 2, yeah. I think this is the same. No, this is different. Okay, so the game just has a 2 in its name. No, there's the old one. Oh, 2021. Okay, so there is an old one. It's just old. I think I saw this second one and thought it was this first one and thought this recently came out, but no, apparently it is older. So that is a sequel. Okay. That makes sense. Because episode 1 had a snuggle? What's a struggle snuggle? I still really want to play Love on Leave at some point. We'll see if I ever get to it. All right. I think these kind of games are uninteresting, like escape room stuff. Sorry, horny on screen right there. The Curate game, you know what you're getting into if you look at that. What are we doing with this Dragon Quest VIII story? Oh, these are just discount on Dragon Quest VIII for mobile. I haven't really seen Dragon Quest VIII for mobile, honestly. I'm kind of curious. Let's explore. Maybe. I also have 8,000 tabs open, so sometimes it's a little slow. Did they show any gameplay stuff on here? I just kind of want to see like what it looks like. Okay. Okay. I mean, it is kind of interesting. Like, I've just like, if you told me you put Dragon Quest VIII on phone, I would not think that you would do this. I think you would like horizontally present the game, right? But no, like they did do a vertical mode. And like the UI is all different too as well. It's interesting. I'm curious if that's a good version of the game or not. I know people like things about the 3DS version, but I think it like doesn't look as good or run as well as the what's it called? What is the special sale? Okay, so yeah, it's 30% discount, so the game costs about $20 in US dollars today. Very time people actually buy full video games on mobile. When a girl doesn't want to, but it doesn't matter to the goblins. I see. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's always drama around anime every oh, this is that live action Pokemon thing. I haven't really looked at this. I have no interest in this. Are you guys interested in a live action Pokemon thing? Pokemon Center renewal? Just like more product. I'm not seeing anything visually interesting on this page at the very least. So Pokemon Center birthday. Okay. Okay. I like this. This is a cute idea. She the only one who has Well, no, there's other Nindos here. Okay. I wonder if she is if this is all club members except their Nindroids. I wonder if these old ones already came out, or if she's the last one, or what. But yeah, the new Pokemon thing is it's like apparently a live action show in Japan specifically. Just Monica Nindo. Okay. I saw some news stories pop up about it, but I didn't really look into it as a I don't know, like if a show like that is going to catch my attention, it's going to be like the Final Fantasy 14 one. And even that, it was like fun for the first episode, and then I did not care for anything else after that. So Beyond Summer. This looks like a visual novel, probably. Waku Waku Games. Let's see if this person's made other games, or the developer name is just a name, so, or at least it just looks like some Japanese guy's name, so. Okay. It's hard with visual novels. There's just not a lot to say or look at them and say anything. So it looks like the developer hasn't had a game listed on Steam before. Do I want to look through this? Honored setting was due to the team feeling the limits of what they could do with fantasy. Katase says that fans also seem tired of fantasy settings according to the fan mail they sent. Is this old Final Fantasy VII or is this for a remake? I think this is for old Final Fantasy VII. Team considered I'd be based around police or okay, yes, absolutely. This is all pretty old news. Role balancing Shinra employees. Okay. Not much of anything. I think everybody knows the story of Final Fantasy VII, how that came together. Now, here's a news story for us. Buddy Mission Bond. Okay, so they're like hotel employees. I was wondering, I was seeing a bunch of fan art, and I couldn't tell if they were like waiters or what. So it looks like they're like being like hotel staff or something like that. That's what I'm seeing here. So if you don't know, this is a new stage play. They just announced a new one, and in addition to that, they are now letting you watch the old stage plays on their YouTube channel for a few weeks. Oh, they got little door handle things. Can I get a closer picture of that? Little door handle things. Usually these shows come with a ton of merch at the same time. I don't think that is announced yet at this point, though. That's some good art, though. What's this? Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's like a ton of Pokemon stuff happening all the time, so I haven't seen his hair like that before. It's interesting seeing like because these guys, these pictures may be a little deceptive. These guys are all very old. So seeing them like play these incredibly young guys is a interesting thing. Celinian is the one who does all the Buddy Mission Bond vocal music stuff, if you don't know. So, and I don't think she voices Sui. But I think she does the vocals for Sui at the very least. I don't think she actually does any of the Japanese dialogue though. So goods, okay. Coming soon. Okay. I figured as much. I'm gonna move this to the side because I will need to eventually get that as well as this one. So those are for me later to talk about on the podcast. Hey, my news story. All right. Trapped in the tricky prison. Series of escape room games. Okay. Okay. Not enough information on that page for me to be interested to go look into it further. PC Part Festival. Homemade PC parts manufacturer gather. Don't miss the stage featuring gorgeous guests. It's always interesting, like how much more like physical Japanese PC stores you see in Japan. I'm curious, like how much they get used. But I guess like in Japan, I feel like there's a lot more retail in general. I wonder if like a part of that has to do with like the size of the country. So I mean, it's just like a PC convention or something. So I don't think there's much to say about this. I'm sure any game stuff would probably just be you know, look how Fortnite runs on our PC. Okay, looks like some kind of RTS game. Origins not out yet. Who's making this? Probably indie, small time dev. Calypso Media. That sounds very familiar, actually. It's the publisher, Claymore Game Studio. Tropico. Okay. Okay. Monopoly the Metal, the American Dream. Looks like this is a metal game. I feel like I saw way more metal games when I was in Japan last time. So, got some kind of like anime girl picture there. The picture's not going to be nearly big enough for us to see it, probably. So, it's going to be at round 1. Yeah. Usually Japanese websites don't do a particularly great job like putting high resolution media on their website. Probably for good reason, honestly. I would like a closer look at this machine, though. Yeah, it's like a dice that spins on a disc. Yeah, that's true as well. There's a Aime card. Okay, I'm guessing that's the girl that's on that machine. It's a cute character. I like the look of her. I don't know if that is a US based character or something they made up specifically for this. But yeah. Metal machines are interesting. I don't know if I will ever, let me click this thing. I don't know if I will ever play one seriously. I'd play probably like a video game metal machine thing. All right, not much going on there. It's an interesting thing. All right, well, let me see if there's anything else I can extract from this text here. It's the 2nd edition. Okay. Released in 2008 by Sega. Okay. So this is the first. Was it a metal thing as well? Here since the Metal Game series. Okay. So it was also a metal game. So this is the second one many years later. I don't think I ever saw the first one. Location test is scheduled for Yokohama Station, October 13th to the 15th. So if you know, if you're at Yokohama this month, go for it. Gundam. I do not care for how this guy's thing looks. Otome game. Error. Yeah, let's click through. Let's see what we got. Otome. I mean, I know we're not gonna get like anything really of value here, but like it's really hard with Otome games to stand out for me to really bother, but you know. Okay, got some dialogue there. Any other pictures? Okay. I mean, I like the look of this. I guess you could say that a lot for like I feel like I could say that about most Otome games though. Book Boy. All right. Any of these specifically want to look at, or is that we'll check out this guy here real quick. Okay. This thumbnail, I thought he had like electricity coming out of his hand, not that he was eating a sandwich while in front of a computer. Systems, I'm gonna guess Switch and PlayStation and PC. Actually don't know where Otome games are coming out now these days. Oh, I'm sorry. System is Japanese gameplay system. I don't know why I deal with this every week. I don't know why I thought that was the information on the page. Okay, Switch. All right, I'll Switch right now. I'll Switch all day. I mean, I feel like Otome games in general just have like, especially Otome stuff, just like has really good art. Okay, here's the stuff that I pulled up last night. So here we are. I started looking at this morning. I don't 100% know what this is. It is a Sanrio boy thing. So this middle one's, Hello Kitty. I think this one shows a list with the names of what they are. So this is Kirimi, Hello Kitty, Cinnamon Roll. This is the white one. Bado. So is this the penguin? I think that's the penguin. I don't know his name. Then Melody. Pamu. Pamu. Mountain Cream or whatever it is. So it's interesting. I don't think this is connected to anything as far as I can tell. Like, it just seems to be Like they're the only sections that are up here are like good, event, and story. So like it doesn't seem like they're connecting this with like a game or anything, as far as I can tell. At least so far. Okay, so we've got a lot more boys to reveal though. So they're working on it. Oh, they're like part of groups as well. Interesting. Red bouquet. I'll be curious to see like if they do anything with this or if they're just characters just to be characters, right? I'm sure if it like I don't know. I would not be surprised. I don't want to say I'm sure. I would not be surprised if you got like a drama CD or something like that with this kind of stuff. With some like voice actors. I think it's just the hey, come check out our boys trailer. Yeah, this is all pre them announcing anything, so I'll keep an eye on this. Maybe it'll be something of note eventually, but looks like it's all kind of just focused around revealing boys right now. So, oh yeah, my friend sent me this. This is the other Sanrio series of men as well, but this is like I think more of I don't know if these are actually like supposed to be the characters represented as people or just people who identify with these characters, and so like visually they look similar to those Sanrio characters. So, yeah, male idol stuff for sure, absolutely. So, I think there might be a manga based off that secondary one as well. So, this is merchandise for a cell phone game, I think, an old cell phone game, like a Gmode one. Kind of cute. We'll see. So again, some of these Japanese website pictures are usually pretty small and low quality. So if I can pull up the actual Gmode page with the media here, this usually is a better option. Not that much better. I like that though. It's cute. It's like the cell phone and the character portrait in it. I think that's like a fun idea. Desk memo. Oh, acrylic figures as well. It's all pretty cheap merch, but you know, you're making merch for a Gmode game. I think you've got a niche reach already, so niche. How do you pronounce that word? What is this? This is like a mobile game. Chain Chronicles. Okay. Chain Chronicles is alongside like that Miku game right now, where like I open a bunch of stories about it and proceed to ignore it. Sarah Pikmin thing, unique Nintendo Switch controllers from overseas. Some have even recreated Sonic stages. Okay, so it looks like these are Western controllers. Kind of interesting idea. The big thing is though, does it actually, you know, feel good to play with? I mean, they look cute. They kind of look like like bathroom soap you'd get with characters inside of it or whatever. I wouldn't trust that with the controller though. I have no interest in server maintenance for Armored Core 6. Just as a heads up to you guys, that was yesterday, so hope you enjoyed that server maintenance. Hellsing operator bundle. It's Call of Duty. All right. Sure. Bring Hellsing Man into Call of Duty. Quality on Twitter video is, I mean, Twitter is just a mess, but Twitter video has always been terrible, and now especially so. I like how it just cuts off at his laugh and just like there's no ending. Just that's the end of the video. Please understand. I don't remember what he looks like to say if that like is visually accurate. The body structure looks weird to me. His face just looks weird to me. How he's like his lips are showing. I don't know. It's really, I mean, look, you're shoving a character from a completely different IP into your video game, right? So, Idolmaster. Oh, it's a figure. That's a cute figure. wholesome, cute figure. No sexy bikinis, just reading books like you should be doing right now. I ain't reading a book right now. This sounds like an interesting article. How long is it? It's not that long. Let me just do a quick skim here real quick. I'm not going to read these out loud, so I'll read out parts that I think are interesting. Sonic is what saved the company, especially in the view of the sixth event. Talk about the movie. Saved the company in what sense? Interview published. Like recently or old company? Yeah, no, I'm not sure about that. I think they're talking about old Save the Company. I don't think Sega. I mean, Sega. I don't think has been is super profitable, but I think they are doing okay at the moment. Top Detective Pikachu. Just saying. And he mentions that North America, Sonic has become the face of Sega, which is also the result of the strategic branding done by Tom Kalinske. The impression that opposed to Nintendo's family-oriented console, Sonic and Sega formed a slightly presumptuous, delinquent image. Like Pepsi, pursuing rebellious nature. Season at the time. I mean, this is all pretty straightforward stuff. I think the only thing is just always good to remember that like Sonic isn't as big in Japan, right? So especially in the context of the Saturn, people were like, "Why didn't Saturn have a Sonic?" Where like in the U.S., absolutely it should have, right? But like with Japan as the focus of what Japan is doing, then Oh yeah, it's like I see everybody reporting on this of just like, oh, Nintendo saying they're going to support Switch until 2025, and then also they're always working on hardware. We're at the end of a console cycle for them. That's what they're always going to say. Colorful, what is it called? Colorful, whatever, colorful palette. That's the articles I have to close all the time. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things that like I just what is happening here? Oh, somebody's hat fell off and they throw it back up. Okay, whatever. I forgot what I was talking about. Sorry, I was distracted by whatever I was looking at. Some sale. That's cute. I'm always up for the Halloween stuff. So, Halloween, Pretty Derby, figure. I don't know anything about Pretty Derby, but you figure at the very least. What am I looking at? Board Game Arena. Online board game website, Board Game Arena. Added 8 new titles. Okay. I don't think this is relevant to us, but I'm glad we looked. Some YouTube anime thing. 1.6 million views. Cassette Beats. Peer of the Unknown DLC out now. This is a Western game. I don't recognize this game though. Just like some girl that was like on Twitter, like being basically like a Twitter like clown girlfriend or kind of a weird thing. I think it has faded out or it fell off my feed, but it was. I feel like it's like a 2020 thing. Hello. Like a Pokemon thing. Definitely has the look visually. The Sister 2 Road to Fame. See, this is the quality news stories we have to look at when we come to this stream. Our sisters are back. Wendy. Marine. Her adventure so viral. Is there gameplay in here? What is this video game? Okay, let's go back. All right. Minigame collection. The only part that I was like really was on board for was this part, the skating part. I assume if it is not the focus of that video game, it probably is not a great part of that. So, but Heart Witch Heart. It's always funny to remember they're based off real horses. Yeah. I didn't know that they specifically banned Dojin Works. I feel like that is something that people would do anyways, but you know. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know what kind of control IP people have over their IP in Japan when it comes to Dojin stuff. So like I know there's the rules on paper, right? Okay. Anything else going on here? That looks like it could be a totally fine video game. Got a nice like art style, but I have no immediate interest. Get the item. Get the item. Photo opportunities. I love these like fake Photoshop displays. Yeah. Does Gap, is there Gap in Japan? Is this a Japanese specific thing or? I mean, yeah, that's Japanese text on there. I didn't know Gap had presence in Japan, but I guess I'm not too surprised. I do like selling straight up overalls though. I can appreciate that. Okay. Some other stuff in here. The overalls are the only real thing that caught my eye. Some works were iconic in their heyday and tend to feel like imitations over time. Do I care about this enough to read? I don't think so. Another RPG. iOS and Android only, it looks like. I like the main character's design. All right. He's farming. I don't know enough about Genshin Impact to say if this is like a Genshin Impact clone. I mean, that doesn't look that bad. I'm not saying like it's unique per se, but like it looks like it could be like a pretty solid action RPG kind of thing. I just don't know like what space you occupy with a game like Genshin Impact with that. Like how much space is there for that kind of stuff? Old man. Old man button's broken apparently. All the young people get there we go. Azobimo. Is this out already or is this like a pre-registration campaign? Yeah, okay. Got 10,000 pre-registrations, I think? Or no, I don't know. I don't know if there's like a thing for that. Okay. So you'd have to go to like a small event probably, right? Like just like a smaller get together in that case. Oh, these things again. You know. Wait, what am I looking at? Why are these characters all chocolate? What's going on? Pinot Game Center, where you try Pinot Game, opens for a limited time in Shibuya. Is currently running Pinot Game, a campaign ice cream brand Pinot turn into a game. As a part of the campaign, the Pinot Game Center, the first game in history in Pinot, will be open for a limited time from today, October 5th to October 8th. So if you are in Japan, get in there. Let's introduce Pinot Games Center to the preview of media held on October 4th, day before the commit. Bomber Pinot. Pinot saying game. Pinot Otome game. I'm guessing it's just like a fancy, fun packaging kind of thing more than anything. I feel like there's like a Puyo Puyo thing like this relatively recently as well. This is a good news story. Oh my gosh, are these actually video games that they put together? Is that a URL I can just like put in? pino-ai.firebaseapp.com. Page was not found. Okay. Interesting. I have to assume these are very small gimmicky games. And they only seem to have pictures for the oh no, there's this one. There's Bomber Pinot as well. Okay. Well, these are all phone games, it looks like. So wonder if you can download them otherwise, or is just for this specific event you could download them. Or I wonder if you'd like maybe able to download them after buying the what's it called? Buying some Pinot. All right, there's 2 more Pinot games to come. All right, that's enough for the Pinot news story. I don't know what's going on with that, but looks like some manga. Ninja Runner. Gotcha games. Like an auto runner. Oh. I wonder if it's on the Japanese website initially, so they automatically kicked me over this way. We want to be on the Japanese website. All right. Whatever's going on there, I don't care enough to look into. Thief Simulator. Looks okay. Uno piece. Like a mug, like made of metal or something. What would that be called? What was that called? Oh, what are those called? My head's saying coaster. I know it's not a coaster. Tumbler? Graphics card. I don't know anything about graphics card. Please enjoy that news story. I think there's like a sexual harassment Assassin's Creed news story in here as well. Ooh, I did not realize this game came out today, though. Or yesterday. Okay. Well, that tells you how connected I am to the rest of the industry at this point. Stainless steel tumbler. That sounds right. Idle Cat Farmia? Like an idle game? I feel like I still don't appreciate idle games. Or clickers. I'm not saying they're bad. I just have never sat down and played one myself and said, I like this. So, some kind of mech. Okay. Gundam Suit 80. I don't know anything about 80. I stopped at I did the original series and I stopped at like halfway through the follow-up series. Is that like Z or something like that? I know, who has time for modern games and play Final Fantasy 11? Man, Final Fantasy 11 is definitely like a keeping me in check thing. So these are kind of cute. What's going on here? There's like bust things. I kind of like it, just like this stuff kind of spilling out of it. Yeah, I mean, like between Arkwright's Fantasia, Tokiden 2, and Final Fantasy 11, it's like really hard for me to find time for a lot of things these days. So, I'm gonna guess this is not anything important. Okay, it's compatible with VGA and RGB out. That's actually good. I don't know what the current scene is for like higher like essentially replacements for VGA boxes, but that seems reasonable. And I'm guessing price wise it's probably around like $50 or 50 to $60. That seems nice. I'm still a component setup typically, so I almost always want component instead of HDMI when my capture setup. But HDMI is like obviously very nice for people who are normal people and not having the nightmare that I have on my setup. What is this game? Line Games. Ashura Project is the second part of the name at the very least. Genesis Battle Mobile. Ashura Project. I haven't been to the Lines Games website lately. Looks like we got sent to an English one specifically. Go to the Japanese one. The only reason I go to the Japanese one is that a lot of times the English sites are kind of like pruned down. I don't know if that's the case here or not, but it seems to really want me to go to the English website. So I think we're just going to be stuck on the English website. But it's been a while since I've looked at Line Games here real quick, so I just want to kind of look. I wonder if there's more on the Japanese website. What's the URL, the Japanese, or is it something? It looks like it's not. I'm going to guess I can't get to the Japanese page from here. That sucks. Buried Stars. Can you survive long enough to be rescued and solve the mysterious case through misunderstandings and conflicts? This is an old game, but I don't think I've seen it before. Seen a lot of boys. All right. Thank you for your video game trailer. Yeah, that's not bad for under $60 for sure. I just don't know like what options are out there now these days. So, Amusement Expo, this is like a arcade thing. There's a amusement show in town here, but it's a corporate or like a industry one. So you're not really supposed to show up as somebody who's just like, I just want to learn about amusement systems, unless you really want to. It's like $300 to get in, I think, though. Which honestly, with some of the bigger conventions and like me having to go and get a hotel and stuff, is actually not that bad. I really wouldn't mind going to like the Las Vegas amusement show at some point, but a lot of it's just going to be slot machines. So, but there is some stuff there that's not just slot machines. So, and Namco is going to be there. Furyu, Ego, Konami, Capcom. Does Square Enix do any arcade things anymore? I don't remember the last thing I've seen from Square Enix that's arcade. Hey, Karganen. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, we're just looking at news. That there's nothing super exciting here. So, but hopefully it's something. You can watch us be very confused about a 13 Sentinels. What is it called? Unicorn Overlord. Article earlier because I could not read any of it. So I'm just like, what is this trying to say? I don't understand. This is Disgaea. Overwhelming game Mugen Soulsy. Okay, not Disgaea. Got a cute look to it. Very colorful. There's a game called like Poison something on the Switch that I never got around to playing. Special. Got some wallpapers, Twitter avatars, just videos. I do miss the wallpaper sections on websites. That has definitely died out in the last like 5 years, I feel like. So this, I don't know if this is the same artist as Disgaea. It looks very Disgaea-like to me. I'm ignorant though when it comes to Disgaea, so I could very much not actually know what I'm doing. So, Old World Pharaohs of Nile, the RTS game. Oh, like a Civilization game. I've still never really played one of these before. Gosh, what is this thing? I know the store I'm on, but this is definitely like a existing game this is getting tacked onto. Okay, it's like a shop management sim, but because the store I'm on is Dorayaki or whatever it's called. Yeah, Dorayaki. These look cute. I don't know if I'd ever really go my way to play something like this, but I do love the little character sprites. Like something about seeing a Dorayaki like open like that with a red bean in the middle that looks like just a big beef patty or something in there. Unpleasant thought. So there's a reason it's switched. PS couldn't take it without some additional sensory. Oh, for Mugen. Oh, is it like a horny game or something? Not, you know what I mean when I say horny game, Joseph, right? We are on the same page about stuff. I'm not saying that in like a aggressively negative way. It's reminding me a little bit of the leave things from Final Fantasy 14. You guys remember those? They're like, I think they came out with the original game. Let me see. Final Fantasy 14 leave charms. I wonder if those are expensive now, given that Final Fantasy 14 is a much bigger game now. And when these came out, I think it was pretty close to launch when Square Enix didn't realize how bad they messed it up yet. What are they called? How do you spell it? Final Fantasy 14 leaves? How do you spell leaves? Leves. Yeah. Just leaves. How do I look up? I can't find them right now. So these are just the in-game ones that were there for those for Final Fantasy 14. So these are like the little repeatable quests you'd get. But they had charms you could buy of them. I don't know if I necessarily would want any of these per se as charms, but they were something you could get. I'm always curious, like if those are still around or not. Buff man. There. Okay. Okay, so this is a video game, maybe, or an app at the very least. Hyper casual run game. All right. First official game by Nakayama, a comedian who is also an active YouTuber and bodybuilder. It's a casual game filled with Nakayama's personality, where you'll be controlling him. Has he provided any media for this game yet? Or am I just looking at boy doing boy things? All right, I don't think there's any gameplay for this. This does remind me a little bit like the Hyde game. So, okay, fan service. Fan service is the better thing to say than horny game for sure. So, Doraemon thing again. I can skip past that. Some manga stuff. One Punch Man. I watched a little bit of. I read One Punch Man. I didn't really watch any of it. Gundam Ariel. That's a cute little figure. I kind of like this. Does it come in the can? Or is this like something? Is like a cup or something? I kind of like the idea this is like coming in this basically, and you like being able to just like build it with the parts that come out of there, kind of thing. Like I wonder if this is how they're distributed. It looks like that could be it. Okay, that looks like, and you get like little snacks with it. Okay, so I'm guessing there's like these are like kid friendly Gunpla things, maybe. I like this. If I'm making the correct assumption, entry grade scale 1/4. I like that. There you go. I'm glad I could offer that insight of I like that. Doraemon again. There's some like stuff going on down there at the bottom with the plugged in ads. Some more Gundam stuff. Yeah, Hop Step Dance. We talked about it on the podcast the last 2 weeks. Just like a Doraemon movie or something. Looks like it. I've never watched any of these. Art's nice. That's a cute character design. I like that one. That one too. I wonder if, like, I don't know how many, like, individual movie characters there are for Doraemon. I wonder if that was, like, one of the thought process. If that's the case, where there's, like, characters that are specific to Doraemon movies that kind of just are important in that movie, then never come back. I wonder if that was, like, part of the thought process behind adding Corona in the Nintendo 64 game. Was like, we'll treat it like one of our movies. Netflix anime thing. Also Doraemon. Is this the same thing? Different Doraemon. What's going on here? Time Patrol Boy? Is that what that's saying? Bon? What is this? I thought it was Doraemon at first, but I don't think it is. Serious Earth Adventure. Time Control Bon. Okay. It looks alright. Old series coming back. It's got a nice look to it. I liked it visually. How to pronounce Kate Sith or whatever it is. Katshi. When I was playing Final Fantasy 11, somebody told me it was pronounced it Katshi or whatever like that. But Kate Sith seems to be. It seemed like people were like upset that they said this. I don't know enough about it, really. So, but I don't care. And chances are, if I say it wrong, I'm going to continue to say it wrong, as I do with all the Xeno games. Miku. Gangs of Sherwood. Anything of interest? Looks okay, visually. There's a lot of these games that just, like, they look like video games and they look like people worked on them, but, like, I will, after today, Gang of Sherwood, I will never see this video game again. I guarantee it. I will never see it released. I'm sure it will come out and people will play it and enjoy it. I will never see it in my life. It's just like, I don't know why video games are this way sometimes these days, but I mean, this looks okay. Like a 4-player co-op thing or something, or I feel like I'm not getting a lot of information from this website. I don't see like a Steam page here or anything. It is on Steam. Okay, it is 4-player co-op thing. I mean, that looks fine. If somebody asked me to play that video game, I would probably consider playing it. Oh, all our favorite times. Revenue numbers for mobile. Okay, what we got? Big one is where is Final Fantasy at? Final Fantasy 7 Ever Crisis. Okay, it dropped down from 9 to 26, so it's down about 60% on the revenue. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just kind of how the nature of this works, as far as I can tell from what I've been reading. Star Rail went up about 100%. Pretty Derby is still up top. Genshin Hero. Dot Hero. I don't know what Dot Hero is. What is this, number 8? Yeah, let me pull this up real quick. I could show this to you, but it looks like a mobile RPG. So please understand. Nikkei. Dragon Quest Walk and Romance of Three Kingdoms, One Piece, Pokemon Go, Wilderness Action. I don't know what that is. Gardenscape, Heavens Burn Red, the Key Game, Dragon Quest Tact, I'm not seeing any Dragon Quest Champions on here. Call of Duty Mobile's still on here. Call of Duty seems to do pretty well in Japan on mobile, it seems like. I'm curious how Call of Duty like sells. I've never looked into like actual Call of Duty sales numbers, but the mobile game seems to stick in the top 50 pretty frequently. So, which I guess if you're gonna play like a first-person shooter in Japan, like there you go. There's a video game. Apex doesn't have a mobile version anymore, so please understand. So, all right. Well, I think the big thing here is just the Ever Crisis dropping down to 26. So, which is kind of expected. You know, the first week it's going to probably make its first, spike of revenue. This follow-up week's probably not going to be as big, but the big thing is does it stay on this list? You know, Square Enix regularly has like 4 or 5 games on this list. So, I think the important thing is what sticks, right? Miku Boxing, yeah, I think I saw that PlayAsia has like a deal right now. I can get it for like $40. I don't know what the standard price is, but I think like was it Wario64, the Twitter guy had like a special code you could use, special advertisement codes. Yeah, that's what my assumption has always been, is that new events and stuff like that. Cause like, I don't know, is Puzzles and Dragons on here still? Okay, it's still at number 1. But yeah, like things seem to spike with like certain events and stuff. And like for example, eFootball 2024, I don't know what they added, but they transitioned from eFootball 2023 to 2024, and they jumped from like rank 200 to up into the charts again. So definitely like a lot of this seems to be connected with updates to games and things like that, and them getting, influxes of revenue, which is kind of interesting because you would think like from a gameplay or a game monetization perspective with live service games, you typically focus more on like the slow income that you get from like generally just kind of nickel and diming your customer, right? So like I think that's something I just like never thought about until seeing this, of just like, oh yeah, there's going to be spikes in revenue depending on, what's being added and removed from the game and stuff like that. Hey, Josie. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've gone live, so I'm doing something a little more casual tonight, though, but glad you could stop by. We're just looking at news stories. I don't know if anything big Nintendo happened this week or anything. I don't recall. Oh, I did see there's like the Animal Crossing Lego thing. That might show up in here. I don't know if that's just Lego toys, though, or if that's like connected to anything. I assume it is not related to any kind of like game. This is just a cosplay article, it looks like. Disney? Is this some new Disney movie or something? Wish? Okay. I'm not here for that, but cool. Okay, there's that thing again. Did that Mario movie come out in Japan already? I remember it got like delayed, but I don't think it's been delayed this long, right? I'm almost certain at this point it's probably come out in Japan, so. I have worked on King of Fishing stuff in my private life, Joseph. I have not implemented anything. I got about like 5 steps into what I want to do with it, and then I never quite got there. It is still on the thing of like things I want to do. It probably won't be a stream anymore. Unless you have like strong feelings about King of Fishing being a stream. I was like, I think I might rather this not be a stream. So I have some other ideas for streams that might be more related to arcade style games. But I haven't gotten quite there yet. I've been busy with other stuff, so why is this article just called Super Mario Wonders Its Unique Ideas? It's just like an interview thing. Okay. Entry play also create something themselves that would enjoy as players. Okay, fluff talk. Who are new, breed occupied, is this the way you must do it? Okay. There's nothing in that article. Or those interview quotes. I usually will just read the quotes. I usually won't read the additional text unless the quote like catches my attention. So Gungrave. I feel like there's a Gungrave game that comes out every 2 to 3 years, and I have no idea what any of them are. Like, I feel like there's like 8 of these video games now, but if I went and looked at the Wikipedia page, it'd probably just be like 3. But it feels like they come out way more frequently, so this looks like it's just like a Switch port or something, though. And all of them like look the same. It's like the same awkward third-person perspective. So there's a VR one as well. I would love to play one of these someday, though. I think there's like a PS2 one as well. I don't don't know like why I haven't tried one of these games yet though, but it seems like nobody talks about them outside of when they get announced. I don't know like what people like about these video games. I'm sure there's good things. I mean, they look like silly little anime third-person action games, right? Seems like reasonable enough. All right, I think that's all we need to see of Gungrave. King of Fishing Stream. Inescapable, no rules, no rescue gets a fresh trailer. Is this like Access Games? Okay. Like a horror game or something. We got gameplay in here. We just looking at character portraits flying around. I'm seeing character portraits. Okay. I think this is an adventure game. Probably has some light UI elements for exploring. I'm gonna based off what I'm looking at and the concept of this game, that's what I'm gonna guess is what this is. Creepy demos. Nintendo recommends Switch games with creepy demos. I want to see what creepy demos Nintendo's recommending. Reg. Bayonetta. Metroid Dread. Ghost Trick's real good. I don't know about the recent port and like the quality of it, but yeah, it was a real good DS game at the very least. Yeah, I mean, yeah, doing it weekly. There's just a lot of it wasn't. Yeah, I mean, it's time intensive for sure. There's a lot of things kind of all congregating together as like overwhelming. So I don't know if I'll plan to ever do like another weekly stream unless I can really find a good reason to do it. But we'll see.
You don't understand. We're trying to help people.
Like a indie Resident Evil game, or Dino Crisis probably is the better.
They're not coming to rescue us.
thing.
They're going to destroy the entire city.
It's one of those cases where this like could be entirely decent.
Oh no! Oh God, no!
I'm curious if this is an intentional look or a we do not have the budget
They're not city.
to make a game look how we want it to work. I read that it looks more like we don't have the budget, in my opinion, but who knows? You have to kind of check with the developers on what their intentions were. So, we already looked at this. Yeah, sexual harassment ahead of the thing. Anything? Oh, I opened the ad for THQ Nordic apparently. Oh, the new Trine game. 5 people formerly by the French company are in police custody. Oh, they actually got arrested. Okay. Sexual harassment allegations made by staffers. I mean, I think Ubisoft has had a history of sexual harassment, and it sounds like it was all kind of handled internally and not externally. So I don't know if there's any other arrests that happened with this stuff. Yeah, Ubisoft fired Haskell in 2020. But yeah, I mean, I think this is a problem in a lot of large organizations generally, so I'm not too surprised. I am a little surprised that we did get like straight up police action right away, but you know, that's for the best probably to handle it that way. I do not really trust companies to handle that stuff very well. So, beasting the dinosaurs, yeah. I like Chocobo board game. This looks cute. This was at a Japanese event as well, so I don't know if I would ever, you know, buy this, but or play this, but I like the look of the Chocobo series in general. So this looks cute. I would play this once if somebody had it for sure. The cards have cute art on it as well. That's nice. I need to play more Chocobo video games is probably the real answer though. Somebody left like a really nice comment on my Chocobo DS review. But they're like, you should play these other games. I'm like, eventually. Eventually I'll get there. I'm sorry. Go Nintendo is back. Yeah, he came back a while ago. I think he has different writers now. I don't know for sure. But yeah, he never quite went into the issues. But, you know, it was very personal stuff going on. So, you know, understandable not really wanting to share that stuff with the internet, right? It's a new Pretty Derby anime or something. Looks like it probably season 3. Oh, maybe already airing, it sounds like. So. Ubisoft, yeah. their new what's it called? Prince of Persian game's pretty alright from what I played at PAX. But yeah, it doesn't doesn't change sexual harassment stuff, so but you know, thankfully it looks like it was taken care of by the police at the very least, so or at least the process seems initiated. Maybe I shouldn't say it was taken care of, because obviously stuff can not necessarily get taken care of even when the police get involved, but it seems like some action was taken, and that is at least a good first step, right? So it's just saying the game's out probably. Yep. Sort of online stuff. Last Recollection. Oh, is this game out? Okay, I didn't know this was already out. I looked at this game and could not tell the difference between this game and the last game, which may very much just be I have not looked at a Sword Art Online game in a long time now. I remember like part of the exciting things about Sword Art Online for me for a while was that like each of the games looked really different, but I think the franchise kind of went back to Sword and Sorcery mainly, like as an anime franchise, and so now they're kind of all in similar camps. I am interested in playing that one. I forget Sword Art or Alicization Chorus, I think is what it's pronounced as. I am looking forward to maybe playing that still, but it is a long game last I checked. Phone stuff. Oh yeah, 3DS and Wii U servers going offline. Let me grab that for the podcast. I don't have a ton to say about that, but you know. I think the only thing I have to say about that is the 360 and PS3 are still online, which I think is interesting, but I think it's probably more due to the fact that those systems were very heavily online focused, and probably nobody thought about how we actually shut these servers down a long time ago, and so now they're just kind of like sitting around and waiting to see. This is a cute one. I like this one. I don't know what this franchise this is. Bandai Spirits, whatever that is. Another horror game. It is October. One of the most terrifying J-horror games are coming to Steam. What's her name? What's her name? Is that her name? I something? Virtual I? Glad I could pull that name out of my head of saying I over and over and over again. Okay, and Corone's in this too. Okay. I'm guessing this is a streamer game then. Kirby merch, Disney merch, anything of note in here? Oh, okay. How long will we be going? An hour? Okay. If we hit the 2-hour mark and I still do not see the end of my tabs, we will we'll probably just call it then. I like the colors on these. That's kind of the problem with me and like third-party controllers is the colors are nice, but I don't necessarily know if I want to use them. But I've heard third-party controllers have just generally gotten a lot better. This is Hori, and I think people also really like Hori generally as well. So Gemstone Collection 2. Oh, it's Pokemon. These are cute. I had a friend who talked to me about some very similar like Kirby things at some point, and she liked the idea of them, but I think she showed me like what they look like in person. And because they're kind of like little cheap collectibles rather than like anything that like is expensive, they're like, you know, they're kind of like, you know, those kind of gotcha box things. I don't know if you can see down there, but where you draw them out of a box. Like you can see like the seams on all the like characters where they got molded together and things like that. So like she's like visually just doesn't hold up very well, but like the concept of them are very nice. It'd be fun to see like somebody recreate these at like a artist alley or something like that. So yeah, I think I see a lot of like Switch controller things out there now at like Walmart and stuff like that. PDP, was that one of the companies as well? This is the same stuff. Uh Battle Shapers. I don't know what this is. We'll do the 5-tap YouTube video. Okay, we got gameplay immediately. That's a good start. I don't have to just click through your video. I'm not seeing gameplay. How much more? We going into gameplay again? I'm gonna skip ahead. Okay. This looks all right. it's one of those games that like on paper you look at this and this is like looks colorful. It looks like it has style, but it also looks colorful and looks like it has style in a very similar way to a lot of other video games. So in some ways, it kind of looks like every other video game at the same time. So. Oh yeah, they're then gotcha machines. Okay, yeah. I think like you just kind of have to like, know what quality you're getting out of them, right? I don't know what I'm looking at, but ooh, what is this? There's like gelatin in there. Let's okay. Translate. We got any description of Duffy and Friends? I think this is like a Disney property maybe. Oh, these are cute. Well, I don't see any food descriptions. I'm curious like what that is. It looks like maybe it's like some kind of like gelatin and cream pudding kind of thing or something. Cases. Yeah, this is mostly about the merch with it. Okay. Well, I would eat it. More Duffy. All right. Well, the Duffy stuff looks cute, but it also just kind of looks like bears and dogs and stuff. I do not need to consume it with my eyes much. We have many more tabs to go through. You guys can't see the tabs, but it is completely filling the page. Okay. We're going to skip ahead to see if something's going on that page where it's not loading up properly. So, some kind of Final Fantasy 7 interview. Cygames VR artwork. Okay. Go in a VR space and appreciate the Cygames art, it looks like. Here's our Cygames metaverse, maybe. What kind of a VR platform they use in here? Oh. All right. Well, we're using Google Maps. Are you guys ready to see the Cygames Museum, apparently? Here we are. I feel like we're going backwards. Right? Okay. Did I get turned around somehow? I think I got turned around. Okay. Let's go back. Okay. I see what happened. All right. So we're in here. How do we go forward? Is this forward or is this back? Okay, okay. I don't know much about Cygames, so I don't know what any of this art's from. Oh, gosh, the camera is very finicky in here. Nice. Sorry, apparently I have to reload this to full screen it. So, all right, let's try this again. Yeah, they're still trying to do the metaverse thing. We'll see if they do it. I think it's just one of those things that they've invested enough money at this point that they might as well just put it out, see if anything happens, and then you know, live their life from there and cut it as a loss if it doesn't do anything. I do not feel like anything as a metaverse has really worked outside of VR chat and video games that are not necessarily metaverses, but fulfill the role of metaverses, aka stuff like Final Fantasy 14. So. I don't know. Cygames Granblue. Is that what I'm looking at? Am I looking at Granblue fantasy characters? Is that what's happening? Probably Granblue fantasy characters. Trading cards? Trading cards. Shadowverse. I forget. Is this an anime looking game? I think I've seen like a Shadowverse game on Switch or something. I don't know if I realized Cygames had any involvement in it. All right. These are Granblue people I recognize at the very least. As somebody who doesn't know anything about Granblue, I've seen these guys on art before. I do like that they're like you can zoom in, but not quite close enough. Please still come to our museum. Okay, here's shit. Man, I feel like it's forever ago that like Chris Kohler came back from TGS. Is like, hey, you guys hear about this Grand Blue thing? They had a giant airship at the at Tokyo Game Show. Do you know they're making a ton of money? And like everybody in the West is just like, sure, Chris, sure. And here we are today. Witch of Mercury? I don't know what Witch of Mercury is. Yeah. This is like this looks more like anime girls. This is like do they have like an idol game that they run? This looks like it'd be from an idol game or something. These look like Idol Master things. Am I wrong in that? Some of these characters look like Idol Master characters to me. I'm probably wrong. I don't think is Cygames involved with Idol Master? They have English on here as well. Like, because that's a Bandai Namco thing, isn't it? Or are they like the developers for it or something? Or at least like the mobile one? I actually don't know when the last non-mobile Idolmaster game was. Oh god, where are we? Are we back in oh god, what is this franchise? Princess Connect? Barely remember this. I think the US server shut down. I don't know if the Japanese ones are still online or not. Eventually there's like these little screens and stuff that are embedded throughout this place. I assume playing videos. Or like I'm guessing in this case animations and things like that. I'll look up Witch of Mercury here real quick. Seems like this is something maybe I should be aware of as a thing. Oh, it's Gundam. Okay. Yeah, what do you say about that? Oh, okay. It's making a bunch of money. All right. Oh, they had a tussle with Crunchyroll. Okay. I assumed it was just because the game wasn't succeeding in the North American market, but yeah, sometimes it doesn't. That is not the case. It's like Shining Nikki or something like that that got like removed in I forget where it was, Korea specifically. I think it's because there's like some weird dispute about there being like a Korean dress, and in Korea they're like, no, this is a dress we made, and in China like, no, this is our dress, and so like the game is made in China and like had like some stuff going on where they're like arguing over where the dress came from, and it seemed like something you just like maybe should just remove the dress from the game, but apparently what was that? Maybe they should just remove the dress from the game or something. This looks familiar. Oh, Little Noah. Okay. They should just like remove the dress from the game, but is that pinball game? Looks like the pinball game. World Flipper. Yep. I think this is this the end of the road? I feel like I'm being turned around right now. Is there anything here that I missed? Like we went down here. I'm okay if this is the end of the museum. I don't need to see any more scramble. Cause like there's these two arrows here. Okay, here we are. Yeah, dragon. Umumusame. Not much Umumusame stuff here. Unless we're entering the Umumusame zone. Okay. I was like, that's not a lot, and then like actually no, there's just a whole washing machine shaped room for Umumusame. Did we are we looped back around? It's I'm really confused where I'm going here. I kind of wish there's like a map or something. Like I don't know when I'm getting turned around or not. Okay, is this where I came from or is this where I'm leaving to? Okay, I think I'm leaving here. I don't remember that thing. Okay, this is the what's next. No spoilers. You can't know what's next. You'll have to come to the Cygames Museum to find out what's next. Very exciting. Okay, let's get out of that. Giant waste of time, but you know, we did it. We explored it. We found out. Oh, that's a paid component? I have never paid for Feedly, so. Or if I'm paying them, I do not realize I'm still paying them. So, but yeah, if you want the one controller per RSS feed, you can use Feedly. Get updates whenever there's new one controller per posts. Or you can just be in the Discord channel. So, what's going on here? Is anime men and castles? It's like a hotel thing. What's the Lockhart Castle? Looks like a European castle in Japan, apparently. And A&W food, I guess. All right, I don't know what that was, but sometimes there's interesting crossover stuff. Activision Blizzard Japan. Warcraft Rumble. New title in the Warcraft series for mobile. I have never seen this before. It's Japan only? I mean, this website has not taken me to not Japan yet. Let me try this first. The default URL is a Japanese website, so this might be Japan only for now, which is interesting. This looks like an English trailer, though. Yeah, this is an English trailer. Okay. The website just really wanted me to be on the Japanese one. Less interested now. I don't know what I was expecting, but I could do without that in my life, I think. That's interesting though, that they are. I don't know if I've seen Activision do I think is King a part of Activision? I think King is, right? And so they own the what's it called? Crash Royale series or whatever it's called. So it's Shin the Wanderer or something like that. Shiren the Wanderer. I think was this announced during the Nintendo Direct, I think, right? Got a video game in here? Okay, there's a video game. Never played a game like this still. I don't know much about, like, I guess it's like a resource management game, right? More than anything. I mean, obviously there's the equipment and gear and stuff like that, right? But like, I'd have to imagine that is like the big part of the series is making sure you're managing your resources, make sure you have the right number of potions. At least I feel like these are more like intensely like, hey, did you screw up with your resources? You're gonna die and lose all your stuff now, kind of thing. But I don't know. That's just my impression from the outside as somebody who has never played one of those video games. So yeah, after Zelda, some Nintendo 64 thing. Super rare Nintendo 64 controller discovered in an attic by a friend. Oh, I mean, on them. Oh, Wii U and 3DS again. Wii U and 3DS again, I assume. Looks like it. All these websites just reporting on the same news. Oh yeah, these like wind-up Pikmin toys. These are pretty cute looking. Can be brutal. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what I would need to get interested in one, honestly. Like, the Pokemon ones have never really jumped out at me. What is it called? Inazuma, the unemployed ninja, hasn't really. The Bomber Girl art book, it looks like. Yeah. The recent like Atoka doll card, I think, has like similar art to this. I wonder if that's the same artist doing that. They like put up promotional comics for it, which this looks like it's probably very similar visually. So, yeah. Check it out. Go get it, boy. I got like a Bomber Girl Dojin I got in Japan. It's got a kind of a cute look to it, but I don't know anything about Bomber Girl really, so Spy X Family Season 2, that seems like a reasonable thing to happen. I forget what this thing's called. I keep seeing this game. It was at PAX as well. I did not play it. It looks kind of like a top-down hack and slash thing, but since it's like I think some Harvest Moon relations or Story of Seasons relations, since the cow there. Silent Hope is the U.S. name, right? It's called Frederica in Japan. It's fine from what I've seen. I'm not particularly interested in it. So, hello. Do you like computers? Check me out. I'm in front of a computer. Computer. Okay. What is this? Kemco RPGs on sale. Pikmin Blue Tours. The walking event Pikmin Blue Tours. Lottery applications. There's a walking event where you walk with the Pikmin from this game and discover the charm of the city while completing tasks. This is the third time this has been held. The walking distance about 6 kilometers. Is there like a thing for it, or just play the video game and have a good time? Looks like just play the video game and have a good time. Frederica Silent Hope. Yeah, Frederica's just like a weird thing to name a game in the US, I feel like. So yeah, I mean, I have played Bomber Girl, but yes, in the same way, Joseph, I have also not like quote played Bomber Girl because there's a lot more going on in that game, right? So what is this thing? Cooking a house. Clarity. All right. Let me go to the actual page and see if we get anything from there. Menus, okay. All right. There's our one bit of gameplay. and unless cooking the house is also a part of the gameplay. Yeah, bend the rules, yeah. Like calling like Bart butts in the US and just like at no point can we just call Bart's butts. It's unfortunate, but it's just how the decision we have made in our lives about how we feel about silly names. So like a typing what's it called? Jeff Gerstmann calls them ass games. Auto shooter or something like that. Yeah, Vampire Survivor. Action, roguelike, bullet hell, pixel graphics are the tags for it. Okay. It's a cute mix on that idea. Board game, Pokemon board game. Or card game stuff. New colored PS5s. Not a huge fan of the new colors, honestly. I mean, they're fine. I just don't necessarily think I would pick one of those myself. Or Gundams. Any interesting thing here? I wonder if all these Gundams are showing up because of the Gundam Metaverse stuff that was being talked about. I forget when they said. I think they're launching it this month. Which I don't remember what. So there's like 3 components to the Gundam Metaverse stuff, and like I think only one of those components is launching, and I think it is like, hey, register your Gundam and you'll get a Gundam in the game as well. And like maybe it's like maybe even more so than that. I think they might have a thing where you like scan your Gundam or something like that, and then it'll show up in the game. So for some reason, I don't know if it's just me, it feels like Final Fantasy 14 has been on the moon forever. Don't know why. Just feels like that's where the game has been for a very long time. I think Atelier will never do what they did to the Atelier character for a cheap joke because she had troubles finding a boyfriend. Change your name from Etsy to Earnhard to Etsy D. Change your name from Etsy Earnhardt to Etsy D. Was like, is it a different name in Japan or something like that? For her, I don't get where like the boyfriend trouble falls into that. Station to station.
Now approaching case. Yours to life.
All right. No gameplay of that, and I'm out. Some lady. Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood. Did we look at this earlier? I don't know if we looked at this earlier. This name sounds really familiar. All right, let's open up the Steam page real quick.
The hidden truths of the
Talking, crafting. Udo Camp. Are they selling a little Jeep? Okay, cool. I'm okay with that. Sell a little RC car Jeep. Not RC car. What are they called? Micro Machines or whatever? Hot Wheels. I don't know what Gravity Circuit is. Excuse me? It's supposed to be an STD joke? That's rough, Joseph. That's rough. So the English name is STD, is what you're saying. That's crazy. What a crazy thing to do. Okay, let me say this then at the very least. Is the Japanese name some pun? Like on her not being able to get a boyfriend as well? That seems like a really intense joke. Because if the Japanese name is like a pun as well, I get it. I get why you got to do that. And I don't know how intense the Japanese name is, but that's really, really big. Oh yeah, surprised to see that Shin-Chan sold 500K actually, which is quite a bit. I assume that's across all platforms. But I mean, I don't know how much the My Summer Vacation games have sold in recent years, but I would imagine this is probably one of the better performing ones. So it's not. That's crazy if that they added that. Pikmin toys. Oh, this is the the thing we were just looking at. Ooh, oh, that's a cute case. I like that one. My only problem with these cases is I don't know if this is true across the board, but mine has this spot down by the front here that has started to crack. And I don't know if it's like maybe I've overstuffed it with stuff or something, but because like a plastic top. These look a little bit more like soft tops though. So these might be fine. Yeah, this looks like a fabric then instead. But then at that point I imagine they could get dirty. Oh, that one's cute as well. I like that one. I don't know why it's lemon specific, but okay. 2010. I kind of understand that. That seems like something that would probably happen then. World of Outlaws. It's like a destruction derby kind of thing. I've seen these cars before. I don't know dirt car race. Are they called dirt cars? I don't know what makes dirt cars special. Obviously driving on dirt, but like, what does that mean versus like a NASCAR kind of thing, right? Maybe just, I would imagine dirt cars would be slower speed. I don't know anything about dirt cars. Survivor game? Is based off the TV Survivor series? Looks like it.
In this adventure, you'll need to rely on your survival instinct, skills, and strategy to remain in the competition.
This looks like something that'd be like on XBLA on Xbox 360 a long time ago. Like the Doritos challenge or something like that, right?
Test yourself in a cutthroat competition. But watch your back. Trust is unpredictable. In team or individual.
I wonder how you handle that, like with, because like only a big part of Survivor is like relationship managing, right?
Remember, in the end, only one will remain.
Like, how do you make that actually interesting? I think
Survivor, Castaway.
I feel like it'd be something that'd be really easy to just like abuse and just make everybody trust you. Well, Survivor's always going on, baby. Especially with the writer's strike, Survivor's definitely going on. So, yeah, the cute stuff is always hard. I try to use them, but it's always scary. I don't know what this is. Looks like a manga, but looks cute. Spikes, family manga stuff. More manga stuff. Fortnite. Oh, this is actually kind of interesting. So they have to include an age rating, but how do they handle that? Epic announced the Creator Pro will be working with the International Age Rating Coalition, diaper ad. Internationally recognized age agencies have been implemented on the 14th, noting that all publishers will require to have AIRC assigned ratings. The post goes on to explain that Epic's obvious push to making Fortnite something more like Roblox. Does Roblox already require ratings for this stuff? So here's like my big question and like why this is so interesting to me is because here in the US, at least, ESRB ratings come with a cost. It is not free. And I have heard many times before that a lot of times with games, even if they don't need to be cover up certain things, they'll cover them up because they don't want to have to resend their game for a rating if it gets an M rating. Even if they like, they will overly cut back on mature content to make sure their video game will not get an M rating, right? Because if you fail that certification, you then have to make the changes, then resubmit and repay the fee. I believe that was also the case similar with that there's a Tomb Raider game, I think, on Xbox, where they left out the opening video for the game on accident. And if they wanted to re-include the opening video on the game after it went gold, back, before patches and stuff like that, they would have had to repay the fee and stuff. So I'm not seeing anything in here that says anything about that, though. But that's an interesting question. So yeah, I don't know how you handle that, right? Yeah. I'd imagine it would be based off the content. So, like, I think what this is talking about specifically is that there's something called, like, the Fortnite Creative. That's what it's called, the Fortnite Creative. And that is like a Roblox-like engine. So you can make games within Fortnite. I've played one of these before. There's actually a local event here where somebody had a game where they tried to encourage you to work with other players to not kill each other kind of thing and do different things. But it is something that that is like, I don't think it's like super apparent unless you're really engaged in that space. But yeah, they're like basically making mini games within Roblox. And that will add like I assume that experience that they make will need an age rating. But like, yeah, when it comes to like outfits and stuff, that I don't know how they handle that, but I assume that's not a part of that conversation. So play Final Fantasy 14 by yourself? What is this about? You don't really like playing solo. Good news, you can now play the whole game solo. Introduced back in Shadowbringers expansion, the duty support system was a way to play through content without having to play with actual players. This is like, wasn't it called like the squadron system or something like that? A lot of other expansions too. With the most recent is now possible to play through the whole game. Every expansion yourself. Well, technically, okay. does pair you up with relevant NPCs, so it's not like you're completely alone, but it does make it more like playing a non-offline online Final Fantasy game. I wonder if this is so. When I was in at the Vintage Computer Festival or whatever, I was talking to my friends about Final Fantasy 14 a bit, and they did mention that like some of the dungeon content in Final Fantasy 14 was getting dumbed down a little bit. And somebody else separately mentioned to me that like the dungeons were being made squattable, I think is what they called it, or something like that. Where you basically just play solo with like NPCs or whatever it is. Excuse me. So I wonder if that is related to that whole conversation that's happening in cosplay. We don't need to look at cosplay. Yeah, it's very similar to Roblox if you are familiar with Roblox stuff happening. So, Puzzle and Dragon, we already looked at that earlier. We're getting deep enough where we talked about this on the podcast already. Is there any new information we need to know about Eternal Crypt Wizardry BC, the NFT wizardry thing? Okay. The sale for the NFTs started. I think the one thing I'd be interested in is if they actually sell these NFTs, because they're $500 per character, which seems crazy to me in the current market of NFTs. But I'll be curious to see if if I am presented with information I can like follow up on at some point. Baldur's Gate coming to Japan. We're back to that again. What is this? Fist in Our Star Revive? Looks like a metal game or something. Oh, is this just the mobile game? I think I just don't know what the name of the mobile game is. I've seen pictures of the mobile game, but I have not really recognized it much. I don't know anything about this game itself. Guess what? It looks like 100% one of those games. So, but with Fist in Our Star characters. So, yeah, that was the thing. Like a $500 seems like a big ask, but it is worth mentioning that in Japan, NFTs seem to be more of a thing. I'm not saying that they're successful there. They seem to be more relevant today. And Wizardry is a very Japan-focused brand at this point, right? So if there is the taste for that in Japan and they think they could get away with it there, possibly. I do not think that flies in the West here. The page is in English, I will say, but my assumption is that that it is in English to be as accessible to most other countries as possible, because all of that stuff seems to be very Asia focused right now, because Asia seems like okay considering that stuff at the moment. But, obviously us here in the West, not cool, does not fly. And the companies are very aware of that. Like, if you go and read interviews and stuff, they're just like, yeah, the West hates NFTs, and like that's why they're not focusing on the West as a market at the moment, generally. So in some ways, like we get kind of a little bit of a buffer away from that stuff of what's happening right now. So okay, video game. Let me see this. This is in Live 2D. Okay, I can appreciate this. Is that all the gameplay we're getting? I think that's all the gameplay we're getting. Let me look at this again. How far back was this gameplay? Because I thought all of this was just like nonsense, but it looks like maybe this was actually gameplay in parts of this. This looks really good. It's been a while since I've seen like a game use Live 2D in a way that like impresses me. I think the problem with a lot of Live 2D is like a lack of like dynamic movement a lot of times, so obviously it's like more than just like one model that you're moving though. It's like they're different models are like swapping between, but that looks really solid. It looks like a big improvement over the Sword Art Online one that played like that. Yeah, they what's it called? Million Arthur as well is also you do not need an NFT to play the Million Arthur game. They seem to be just trying to get you in there. But I'm really curious to see like next year if we will continue to see that stuff, just because it really doesn't feel like the market's improving. And I mean, at some point, companies like Square Enix and Konami and stuff like that are going to need to cut their losses probably. But yeah, I think like what Alvi said earlier, just like there's not a lot of from my perspective, there is not a lot of a use case for that stuff in a way that seems meaningful anymore. And a lot of the talking points around that stuff was I actually kind of want to see how they're talking about this. A lot of the talking points around that stuff feel like it has faded away. So I don't know what they're selling anymore at this point. Especially for first world countries. Third world countries, I think there's still an argument for cryptocurrency and stuff in regards to like currency stability if you're in a country that doesn't have a good currency already, right? But here in the US, the US dollar is super solid. The yen, even though it's weak right now, still a solid currency, right? So I think it really is not something that matters much to a lot of Western countries right now. That's just me talking out of my brain, right? I don't know anything. This is if you don't know, this is like Sean Layden. He was sharing the picture of the last PSP manufactured and got engraved on there. The reason I want to pull this up though is just to kind of check to see like how Japan's talking about the PSP in this case. Obviously we're talking about Monster Hunter there though. That makes a lot of sense. Here's games such as entertainment, movies, via internet, via Wi-Fi. Because like when I think about like, and I say this very much as somebody who Tokiden's mentioned right there. I say that very much as somebody who is like not involved in the Japanese market at this time. But one of the things about the Japanese market in this era is that they were doing like local wireless between a lot of their games, including Monster Hunter. And that was not something that was like very prevalent here in the US just because of how the US is space wise and like the density and stuff like that, right? Looks like they didn't say much of anything on here other than the Monster Hunter boom, which I mean that makes the most sense. That was really the most notable thing of the PSP in the Japanese perspective. But yeah, that is like something that we really didn't have here, and like I think I'm still kind of interested in that conversation a little bit and like better understanding what did the reality of that actually look like, right, in Japan? Because there was stuff like what's it called, the hotspot party or something like that. It's like the PS3 tool you could use to play local wireless games online. So what is this Zoids thing? Is this a mobile game? Is this anything like actually of like value that we want to look at here? Okay. Seen a lot of attack animations, which usually means this video game has been out for a long time, and they don't need to show the gameplay otherwise. Okay, yeah, they're just adding new characters. Okay. More Zoids. How are we doing on time? Almost at 2 hours. I'll continue to see how I feel. We still got a lot to go through. Oh, okay. Boo. The MSX game. Okay, this got added to Project Egg. Visually, this looks really good. Yeah, I mean, Konami, I was kind of surprised. They were very late to the NFT stuff outside of the initial stuff, but like they only recently announced their own NFT game. It was a very conservative announcement, though, in terms of just like there's no gameplay or anything, which I mean is not uncommon for NFT games and stuff. But what kind of game is this? What are we looking at? Is anything happening here? What are you doing? Are we just watching a cutscene? Are you the cat? I think you're the cat. Looks like a video game that will take some effort to figure out. Hyperbody. What is Hyperbody? Gridman? Oh, it's a figure. It's like a rhythm game. Starry. All these like screenshots are super washed out. Maybe the game's just super washed out. Okay. Well, welcome back to the iToy era. I like how this looks visually. I don't know any of these people. I wonder, like, how... I mean, I haven't looked yet to see, like, how many... Let me, Is this a game that's A, already out, B, does it have reviews? October 1st. 35 reviews. Yeah, I'm curious, like, how hard it is to get, like, a library for, like, a rhythm game of this size. I like the look of this a lot, though. I wonder how responsive it is, because, like, I definitely felt like it seemed to be tracking pretty fast. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that's a trailer, though, right? So, see. We have a hot 3 news stories to talk about on the podcast so far. Quote, news stories. Here's a video game that I just looked at and said that's a video game. I wonder if after, like, COVID, a lot more people have what's it called at home? Webcams at home. Everyone was drinking online together with their friends. School of Lock. I feel like I looked at this recently. Yeah, okay, it's a Nikkei thing. Same deal. We already looked at that story earlier. I forget what this is called. Alice Closet? No, My Marionette Atelier. I wonder if Alice Closet's still around. I looked at this at some point. I did not remember being able to say anything about it, though. It looks cute, though. All dress up thing. I don't know what this is. This looks like a old series, though. Peach Pit. I recognize the character at the very least. This is interesting. I haven't read this yet, and I think we'll probably skip over this for now just because I'm trying to kind of push through the rest of what I have here. But yeah, the Toho, like, fandom is like 15 to 19 years old. Or 40% of them are 15 to 19 years old, which seemed pretty good. Wizard of Oz Otome game. Is this a drama CD? Okay, yeah, this is based off something else. That's a cute idea, though. I like that. But that's not the whole game. It's just the drama CD, so. Yeah, Atelier is like a generic name, I think, for this stuff. I keep getting ads for this. It's like some, I don't know what kind of game it is. We're gonna do the 5-point check, and we're gonna see if we understand what this video game is. Guess what? You missed your chance. Okay. There's your 5-point check. I gotta move on. Sorry. What is this thing? NHK Game Gene. What am I looking at? Season 2 of the Game Education Program. Talking about masterpieces such as Biohazard and Romancing Saga 2. The Game Education Program is a program that explores the value and depth of games, which now become a quote culture. Huh. Is this like a web show or is this a TV show? NHK. Does NHK do any, like, just exclusive web stuff? I would assume this feels like YouTube fodder. Hello, Tanabe. Hello, Akitoshi Kawasu. Welcome. I mean, look, Romancing Saga 2. Interesting. Okay, extended broadcast schedule. Probably on TV then. Broadcast date and time, October. Okay, like a 45-minute program. Shinji Mikami. Yeah, I saw an article about that as well. I haven't read that either, so I assume this is related to Spy X Family stuff. It's like an old anime. Okay, Cult of the Lamb jacket, Monster Hunter concert disc. It's a cute box. Fashion Jemer Japanese box art. I feel like I've seen this box art around, but I don't know. When's this coming out? November 3rd. Okay. Oh, I am kind of curious. At the development of Pikmin 3 in it, we started developing Pikmin 4 as a small team. We made several attempts and tried out various things. There were months when we could see the game take shape, but since we had to prioritize other projects, we weren't able to create the development framework we needed. Okay. Only reason that's interesting is because they did announce like Pikmin 4 like way early on in the Wii U era and then proceeded not to actually do anything. They're like, it's almost done. I assume No More Heroes 1 is the most successful. No More Heroes. The Silver Case, interesting. I wonder if Silver Case is more popular in Japan that I'm not familiar with. Or maybe it's just a cheaper game that they were able to make more money off of. So. The American box art? Fashion Dreamer. I assume just going like Amazon might be a good thing. Oh, there's no people in the background, just clothes. Interesting. Okay. Well, this isn't about people. It's about clothes, Joseph. What is this? Miracle Millie? Oh, it's part of Demo. Okay. Is this a new thing? Is this a part of Demo or is this just Demo? This looks like music. I'm just gonna skip it. I don't think it's anything. Just the Atelier mobile game or whatever. I haven't really looked at this still. I should look at it eventually, but I'll have more opportunity. The Van Gogh stuff. Yeah, it's like Pikmin Vincent Van Gogh art or something like that. Or Pikmin Pikachu. All right, we're getting to the end here actually, so Counter-Strike 2 dishes out drastic lever penalties. Okay, I don't care. Oh god, now I'm stuck on this one. Let's just get out. Okay. The tabs are too small for me to actually click on anything. What is this? Is this Miku again? Okay, I don't know what this is, but it kind of looks like Miku, and I don't think I don't want to spend any more time trying to figure that out. Hokkaido, something with Puyo. I mean, there's like so many things I have to get through. Like sometimes I just like I don't I don't have time to figure out what all these things are. So unless they immediately catch my attention as something I want to look at. I own this? I feel like I got a Dojin game version of this. Or is this a fighting game? Are these characters from that 18 plus Magical Girl game on DMM Games? I think that's what this is. This looks like Twinkle Star Sprites or whatever it's called. I mean, I'm sure this is how it's supposed to look though. Like this looks like not we have no budget. This is we are no budget. So all right. Is this out? Has this been out for a while? We've seen enough of this. Okay, this is not out yet. There is a demo you can download though. This will not be a part of the podcast, but I am going to send this to some people later. So let me just throw this to the side. Where's my note-taking browser? There we go. MGCM. Yeah, that sounds right for the name. It will be released without character voices. This looks like a Dojin fan game. I'm going to guess. I wonder if they will charge money for it. I'm going to guess not, though. Just Dance. Okay. EA Sports FIFA 24? FC, EA, FC. Oh yeah, that's it. They don't have the FIFA brand anymore, right? Looks like it's still working out pretty well for them despite not having the FIFA brand. Like being second to Tears of the Kingdom in the region seems pretty good. Toki Toki Memo Girls Edition. I don't remember what it's called. Something like that. It's just looks like merch otherwise. Final Fantasy 14 stuff. We can skip that. Some dude kissing a girl. I'm gonna guess probably not that interesting. We're gonna skim it very quick. Come back to it once it's loaded. Niji Sanji Halloween merch. Okay. Anything of note? No. Looks like if you care about those characters, those are ties. Interesting. These are tried to set for warning, begging not to be reported. What is this? Do I care about this? I don't care about this on stream, at least. Pokemon. Looked on again. Oh! Okay. Baseball card stuff. Rated G or whatever it's called. Is this like a throwback Digimon repro stuff? Yeah, reproducing the Digimon toys. That's interesting. It's just saying Fashion Dreamers coming. Japan only package. Yeah. Oh, is this related to the article we were reading at the beginning? Is this? Can I parse this one a little easier? Okay, no. No, do not care about a voice actor getting married. What are these? These coasters? Sticky notes. Okay. Pikmin Bloom Walk. We already looked at that story. That same Gundam again. Harpoon shooter. Okay, so you have to harpoon the boss and pull their pieces off while also shooting them? I kind of like the gimmick. Is this an old game that's just getting re-released or something, or? It's already out. It's got 4 reviews. Wandering Wonder Studio. Waku Waku Games Bundle. Okay, they made a bundle of hobbyist Dojin games, so I'm gonna guess that's a Dojin game. I'll look into these guys later though. Let me feel this toward me, and I will look into them further when I'm not trying to rush through the rest of these tabs. Some VN. I think I looked at this last week. Not much to say there. There's that 64 controller. Some One Piece mobile game stuff, it looks like. Gum Fruit. I forgot that game had a mobile game. Astral Party. If we're not done at the 2:30 mark, I might call it quits and just wrap this up on my own. This kind of looks like a Orange Juice 100% kind of clone or something. Yeah, this very much looks like that. I don't know much about 100% Orange Juice, but I feel like for a while it was very popular. But Weibo? I forget what that website is. Monster Strike 10th anniversary event. Luxury Days. Looks like a hotel thing. Anime Blu-ray releases. Assassin's Creed. These are all new releases coming up, I think. Front Mission 2 coming up. Cosplay. Kirby Goods Collection. Always good to look at some Kirby. You seen the developer posting their shooting game in the feed? Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of just like indie shooter developers out there. So this is a horror game. Okay, there's stuff going on here. I think I've gotten very overexposed to a lot of these kind of games. There's like a game called like Little Goody Two Shoes, I think Square Enix is publishing actually. I could have just scrolled this article and got honestly more than what I would have gotten out of the video. Little Goody Two Shoes or something like that. I played a little bit of it at PAX and I did not care for it that much, so. What is this? Some RPG. It's like it's an RPG maker though, so. Mystics Magazine. What's going on here? Okay. Oh, they're adding the some old MSX magazine to the library of whatever in Japan. Akashic Library. That's cool. Imagine like has like computer programming stuff. So yeah, all issues. It seems like only volume 1 is available right now, but more cosplay. Do I care about whatever this is? The 5 tap. Okay, we got a view of gameplay. Okay, here's.
Hello, sister. Not have come here.
You gonna do anything? All right. Got a video game at the end of this trailer. Looks serviceable. It's just saying video games are coming out. Which new games? Let's go through their list. I'm kind of curious what they think is important. Maybe there's too many indie games on this list for me to feel good about this being a short list. This is a long list. Let's get out of there. Is this more cosplay stuff or is this anything meaningful? Solve the mystery while enjoying gourmet food. A cute cat-eared maid detective reveals the reality of the food court. Food court talk. Therefore, in order to find out the reality of the food that can actually be eaten at the food court, I visit the site. Suru X, who's a cosplayer. Okay, I think it's just a cosplayer talking about food. Long potato. Thing there. Pinball M getting Duke Nukem's big shot pinball. I was literally just telling a friend, I don't know how you do Duke Nukem in the modern day, so. And I was like, well, actually, I don't think anybody's doing anything with Duke Nukem. I'm wrong, apparently.
Shake it, baby. Suck it down. Come get some.
Do you actually play some first-person Duke in here, or
Holy shit.
was that just a throw-in
Face
thing?
your ass. What's the difference?
Dude, like, I was just like jetpacks onto the chair. All right, that's something. More cosplay. Why is NetEase on a Persona picture thing? Actions. Limited time collaboration with Persona 5 starts today. NetEase announced that it will be introducing Atlus's The Royal. NetEase is like a company though, right? What are they collaborating? Wilderness Action? Is that what it is? We're doing a Wilderness Action collab? Okay. I didn't see the like dog person there. I'm guessing these are all, some of these characters are not Persona characters, I'm guessing. Some of these characters are Wilderness Action Knives Out. Okay. Knives Out. I mean, Persona Man has knife, doesn't he? Kind of interested in what this is. Is there anything on here to give me more info? Trailer. You guys know what we do. Alright, well, visuals still look nice, but I did not get what I needed out of there. Most non-pinball recent times? Probably. I still haven't played a Duke Nukem game in any recent years. Is this anything or just screenshots? Introduction story, okay. I kind of care. I don't know. There's like there's a little bit too much UI in that card game for me to care. I think you need a little bit more. This the figure we saw earlier. Graven. Dark fantasy action game. Okay.
An innocent victim.
Like a Hexen kind of thing?
The rationality of cowardice must yield to the faith of courage.
Hexen doesn't really have a lot of melee attacks, does it? Boy, that EA game sure came and went, didn't it? I forget what it's called, but it did kind of look like this. The melee combat being included kind of interests me. I don't remember if Hexen had a lot of melee combat or not. This very much looks like somebody trying to make like a Hexen kind of thing. Remake of Runia Fairy Tale: The Forgotten Ruins, an RPG Maker game. Interesting. I'd be more interested if they showed me something, but like visually it looked pretty nice, so I can at least say that. Hopefully it shows a bit. Like that's one thing is that like if I skip it this week, when they show stuff later when I'm actually interested, then I'll be able to see it, right? So I'm not too concerned about it if they just kind of dump it out and I have no care. Oh yeah, I heard about this, the Shining Force art. I don't know anything about this artist's art really outside of the original Shining Force, so but yeah, he passed away. He's only 55, which is actually pretty young, which is not great. Pikachu filters. Pikmin Bloom Halloween event. I think I looked at this before and like it didn't look that did not jump out at me. I wonder if I'm getting into some news stories I already looked at actually. The Halloween event thing I feel like I looked at last week, not this week. Fate Grand Order stuff, some PC stuff. Dragon Quest talk again. All right, we are hastily approaching the end here. Not many news stories of note for the podcast this week, I will say. Is this anything for Uma Musume, or are they just saying Uma Musume exists? Please understand. Yeah, some survey thing. God, is this game out? I assume it's not. The Suikoden spiritual successor. Yeah, they're cool. I just like I don't know what you're selling me. Like, don't get me wrong. If you enjoy those trailers, cool. But I just don't have time to sit there and ruminate on your 5 pieces of concept art that you're going to like move across the screen. I mean, like that's part of what got Buddy Mission Bond to catch my attention was the fact that it had something that wasn't just a bunch of handsome men on screen the whole time. So, I was just thinking, Miku. Hypergriff? Smartphone game by the Arc Knights. What has Arc Knights? Arc Knights sounds so familiar. That's a really familiar sounding name. Don't know anything about that. I feel like it would have been a mobile game, but this is first new smartphone game. Or I guess maybe it could be translation-wise saying it's a new smartphone game, the first one since Arc Knights. Gameplay? Walking? Running? Treasure chest? You gonna do more than press X? Okay, here we go, here we go. A little bit further back. So I just wanted something that was more than just pressing X on things. Let me bump the resolution up. You know, I think I saw this game a long time ago. I recall there being like a partner two girl game when one's like white and one's black. Part of the problem with watching mobile games is I don't see what the player's hands are doing. And I know that sounds very silly to say, but I think it makes me, I don't trust mobile games to have complicated input systems. And so when I see combat happening, I ask the question of, is the player just tapping on screen? Oh, I absolutely remember this cutscene before. So they showed this a long time ago. Is this an old video or... Okay, it was, yeah, Tokyo Game Show 2021, so it's been a while. I'm guessing this is the 2021 content here. So did they show anything new? Or did they just show this thing? Let me see if this is the 2021. It is. Okay. That's why it looked so familiar. I was like, I have seen this before. I'm almost certain. So it's been a while. Secret Neighbor, is this part of the Hello Neighbor series? Looks like it. I don't have a lot of interest in Hello Neighbor. Miku's back. It's Miku. Oh, I'm actually interested in this. This is the Koei Tecmo Walk Pokemon Go Dragon Quest Walk competitor. I don't know how this game works still. My assumption is you just go to certain points on the real life map and then battles happen. That water texture in the back not looking too great. I wonder if this is a dynamically made map based off like Google Maps, something like that, though. Because like the way this is, it looks very like crudely put together, which makes me think it's just being auto-generated, which is perfectly fine for this kind of game. Yeah, Dragon Quest Walk is in Japan definitely much bigger than Pokemon Go. I would probably play Dragon Quest Walk out of everything. I did sign up for Monster Hunter Now only so I can get the pin to give it to my friend, but it did install on my phone automatically. I have not actually touched it. So I feel like I would want to play one of the games in this series if I don't know if it's like Nobunaga's Ambition or something like that, so I could like better appreciate you know, exactly how it implemented it. Yeah, Nobunaga's Ambition. There's like a PS2 online Nobunaga game I found out about recently when doing some research for Final Fantasy XI. Halloween Disney. So these are cute. These like, I feel like in Japan there's a lot of like fake candy packaging and stuff like that sometimes. Is this Miku? It's Miku. All right. You ever heard me complain about like Miku in my newsfeed? Now you know why. Because I open up like 7 articles and they're all Miku. Okay, this is some stream that's happening. Is this Honkai Star Rail? Yeah, okay. I don't care then. Honkai Star Rail. Elevator Action Girl. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're into last week's news stories now. Ingress. I think that's like that pre-Pokemon Go game. Temco. I'm looking for like one more affirmation that we're in the last week's news, which, you know, the fact that I can't recognize a lot of these might be a good sign of like how much I actually retain from these sessions. Is this the other Jujutsu Kaisen game? Kaisen? Okay. I don't care. I think that's the Arena Fighter. We already looked at this earlier. Arc, it looks like probably. Or something like that, at the very least. Kirby Lamp. Miku is always here, always around. I know you guys can't see the tabs, but we're getting there. We're almost there. I can see the ends of the tabs. Oh, this is that doctor guy. Dr. Jack or something like that? Blackjack? Is he a doctor? I don't know why I thought he was a doctor. It's got a cute look to it. Okay. Fruit thing. Detective Pikachu plush. What is this? Is this anything of note? Gimme. Cosplay. Okay. I don't remember this, so maybe we aren't on old games, old news stories. Gumball Heart read a litany of titles today, and the destination platform of these were kept a secret. Oh, Rokero Taka Calamity Angels is a delivery-themed RPG, and it's heading to Switch in Japan. Is there any other media of this thing? Okay. Got some art. Untitled shoot 'em up game. Oh, so they're like actually making a new like Puyo RPG? Is that what's happening here? That's interesting. Death End Request. That name sounds familiar. I don't know why. Untitled Mainline Neptunia. I'm mostly interested in this thing. Dr. Blackjack is his name? Okay. I was like, for some reason I thought he was a doctor. Is there any new media of this other game? Doesn't look like it. Okay. I would have been interested. It'll have to catch my attention next time once they have something to actually show. I don't care about that. We already looked at that. We'll skip that one. King Gumi, the Thief of Sakabato. Is this a VN or is this something else? All right. Visual novel. All right, easy enough. It's like it's a shame because like what defines those games are their story, right? And so like, meh. All right, we are okay. We are done, I think. Is there anything? Oh, there's like this page that didn't load earlier. The Otome one. Anything in this Otome game thing? Oops, dang it. Is there anything here? I think just a Twitter page. I don't recognize any of these names at the bottom. Kakalia Studios and Happy Element. The Heart. Okay, well, that's a website. Oh, this drill game. I haven't really seen like how much attention this thing is getting. It looks cute though. Is this a story trailer? Oh my god. Okay, here we go. But yeah, you're like a little girl with like drill hair, and you use your drill hair to do things like I think grapple and attack things. Yeah, the M2 shooter looks kind of interesting. I say as somebody who doesn't know anything about shooters, so. How's she? I think she's okay. There's the grapple hook. I think she might float down with her hair a little bit as well. You do an uppercut there? Okay, yeah. Gonna be honest with you. This is one of those games where the concept is probably funner than what the actual video game looks like. Like, I think it is interesting how agile this character is. The fact she can do uppercuts and she can grab ledges and pick herself up from that. She has like melee combat abilities and stuff like that, right? But there's like something about this that like the pieces I think don't come together. I don't know if it's a momentum thing or just like how the game moves or like the environment's just being kind of like floating blocks and stuff. I appreciate it for what it is. I'll say that much. But yeah, it does just feel like something that I just don't necessarily know if it's enough for me to check it out. Yeah, it seems like something you'd see at Comic-Con. It's getting a physical. It's gonna cost $50 about. Is that right? Oh, that was the thing. I felt like there was one other thing. Maybe that was the thing that didn't load. Okay. Well, oh, there's a Counter-Strike story. Oh yeah, that's it. Well, I think that is all. We didn't find that much of interest. To recap, the 4 stories I kind of held on to for the podcast is we're gonna talk about Buddy Shimban, because of course we are. 3DS and Wii U stories, things going offline, which I mean I already knew about. That one game where you use the camera to do the controls for that. And then I also opened up that MGCM combat and that Harpoon Shooter Nozomi. I don't know. Those are 2 games that, like, there's not much to say about them. So pretty light this week on the news stories. But anyways, thanks for joining me as I went through all these articles and news stories. Do you know I have a website called onecontroller.com that you can go have a Miku corner every pod. I mean, there's nothing to say about it other than Miku is there. They continue to do stuff with that Miku game, and like, I don't know what they're doing. They're probably just rolling out songs or something. Or whatever. So yeah. But yeah. A little light on anything of interest. I was kind of hoping there'd be more interesting stuff. Last week we definitely had a lot of interesting stuff, so a little disappointed that we didn't get anything too great. But I don't know if I'm going to be doing this anymore. Feel free to leave your thoughts if you want, wherever you want, in a way that I can see them. But for now, that was just like a fun thing I thought I'd try to do because I had to do it anyways. And honestly, despite it taking us about 2.5 hours, that's probably about the time it'd take for me to get through this anyways. So it wasn't any extra work. The biggest thing is that, I'm going to look at these things and talk about them on the podcast, and that's something that, chances are if you're here, you're already going to listen to that as well, right? So yeah. But wrap that up for now. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd end up doing this again, but it was fun at the very least. Let me ramble on about it. The nice thing is that like it like I can see the things, like if I went back, I can see the things I looked at today, versus most of the time it just disappears into the ether and I never see it again. So we did meander in the Cygames theater for a bit. So there are some things I kind of skipped over as well. Like I would normally read this article, but I don't think there's anything to really. I'm guessing the headline is the important thing of this article, so I don't want to like put you guys through waiting for this. I don't know what this. I don't know. I don't know if that's actually going to be an article of interest or it's just a meme kind of article in terms of like, oh, AI self-reported itself or something like that. And if that means anything, I mean, I guess probably not. Hence why I don't really want to dig through it now. So I think it's just the Sanrio girls or guys. Yeah, Sanrio. I just have some stuff open for that still. So anyways, that's it for that though. Thanks for coming. I hope you guys have a good weekend and enjoy yourself. And I will talk to you guys later. Do I have Pen? I think Pen's here. I think I can Pen for you.